Hello, hello, and welcome to the channel. We are going to pack orders today. I have my, what's it called? My pumpkin cold foam that I made. And we are just going to be putting some orders together. I have two. I thought I'd bring you along for the ride. One of them is 15 bars of soap. That's for the retreat. And the other one is just a normal order. So anyway, kick back, relax. I'm hopefully going to figure out how to speed this up so you don't have to watch the whole process in normal time. And then I may occasionally come back and talk to you, but enjoy some decent music, and yeah, let's do this. That was so good. Highly recommend this. I made it myself. I made pumpkin sauce and everything. If you watched my last day in the life, it's got the link to the recipe. So good. The trick for me is whole milk and heavy whipping cream, which I'm sure, honestly, if you were to, sorry, these are tight. If you were to just use half and half, that might be fine too, but I find that I love whole milk, and it really, it doesn't hurt my stomach nearly as much as when I have the other kind. So, anywho, alright, we are going to pack the small order first because it's a whole lot easier to manage, and there's a lot less of them there. Okay, so we've got, okay, I actually hate wrapping these with gloves, but they are for other people, and so I kind of have to. I'm going to put those right here for now. Let's see. Ended up doing two samples when I pouring two samples, even though I only needed one, because I knew that. Just want to make sure these are the right size. Oh my gosh, exactly the middles. Anyway, I knew that I would forget what they were. Eventually, I'll stop talking to you, and this will just be music, but for now, I actually have things to say. I did not come up with this trick with the coffee filters, but it works really, really well. And then I just use one little piece of tape, and eventually I will switch to a craft paper coffee filter, I think. But for now we have the white ones. So, and my husband does not drink coffee at home, so I don't have to worry about him needing these coffee filters. Alright, so we are going to put this on the back like this, and I'll show you. I just redid my labels, so I'll show you those in just a second. A couple of things that I realized in this process is that there's a little magnolia on the front of these because my name is the Moonlit Magnolia, and you can barely see the magnolia, but I really like how these turned out. I made them in Canva, and I love it. This peppermint is so good. I lied about the shutting up and letting you listen to music. The peppermint is so good. That first one was balsam fir, or no, I'm sorry. Yeah, it was balsam fir, and that was the Christmas tree one, and it smells delightful. That first one I weighed was only 0.9, so I'm either going to keep that for myself, which I've been wanting to have a peppermint one for myself, so that will be okay. The interesting thing about the labels is that the product can be more than what's on the label, but it can't be less than. So unfortunately, fortunately, I guess, for this person, they're going to get way more bar than they paid for. But that was my fault and not theirs. If you watched my video yesterday, you know that I totally messed this up, and like, I was kind of like at the end of this was the last pour I had to do, and I forgot that I needed 3 of the full bars and 2 samples. So it was like the largest pour I've ever done at one time. And so what happened is I totally messed it up. That's it. I messed it up. I was like, why do I have so much extra? Just kept pouring into the samples and instead of pouring the third one like I should have, the third full bar like I should have, I accidentally just poured extra in the samples. And then when I finished the 2 samples, I'm like, why do I have so much extra? And then I looked over and realized I hadn't poured the third full one. And I went, oh crap. And so I had to, I went back to do the math to pour 2 more. And that's when I realized I was late to a call. And I just put that on the wrong side. Oop. Alright, well. This is for a friend of mine, so normally I would redo that, but I only have so many of these labels that I printed, so it's just going to be backward. And she'll understand, and it will be okay. But all that to say, I really need to pay attention to what I'm doing from now on. So I just want you to see like the difference in color. See, I didn't color this at all. This has just been sitting here for a little while. And like this one and this one. This one's got kind of a purpley color to it, and this one is like just a straight tan. And then this one is a couple weeks old and it's more of a yellow. It's really neat how this all happens. This is one of the coolest parts about soap making for me. Oh, well, she's gonna, okay, let's check this one. Because that one was 3 ounces, so that's definitely not good. 2.8. Alright, so I also have to start figuring out a system for these because I can't just keep handing out huge samples that are, that can't be right. Oh, okay, that was one. I don't know what just happened there. The scale just had like a connection for a second. It was like, this is 2.8 ounces. I'm like, that can't be right. And it was because of this. there's that. That's how they look on the big bar. And the back. Super cute. Absolutely loving this. There it is. Alright, so I made a couple extra with this. I feel like that one's spot on. This one smells so good. It's called Grandpa because it reminds me of my Papu, which is Grandpa in Greek. I just didn't think anybody would understand what Papu meant, so I didn't call it that. I might change the name back just because, you know, that's what I called him. It is just the most lovely scent in the world. I deeply, deeply miss my grandpa. And he was a really wonderful man. He was in the Navy, and he did a bunch of incredible things, and we have an impressive collection of medals. However, a lot of the stuff that he did was classified. So we have all these medals that nobody can tell me what the hell they were for. And that's kind of hard to stomach because I would love to know his stories. But it was some really impressive and important things that definitely changed the course of the war, from what I'm understanding. This one is called Sea Salt and Orchid, and you know, at first, when I first bought it, I was still making candles, and I'm like, I don't know what to do with this scent, because I don't think it would be good at candles, and it wouldn't have been. Just so we're clear. It wouldn't have been, but it did turn out to be really delightful. I'm not mailing this one because she literally lives just a couple blocks from me. Now we move on to all the full bars. We should have no more, yeah, all the full bars. Okay. We are going to do all of the sea salt and orchids because they are right here. Alright, so our first is the sea salt and orchid. We're just going to go ahead and knock those out. I am so thrilled with how these labels came out. So thrilled. I absolutely love them. They are exactly what I was hoping for. I'll show you sometime the originals. I don't have any out here with me, but they weren't this. Let's do Sugar Plum Berries, because I got it. I love this scent. This one is Sugar Plum Berries. It is just, it's like an elevated version of Plumeria. Like, Plumeria grew up, you know, and this is the scent. It's sweet and feminine, and fruity and just a beautiful, beautiful fragrance. Like really, really beautiful. If you like any of these scent descriptions and would like to order, I will leave the link, make sure to leave the link in the description box below to the store. Do cocoa butter luxury. Alright, so these are just going to continue to get darker and darker, which I love. This scent is just absolute magic. It is one of my absolute favorite scents. It's very grown up. It is like the best parts of cocoa butter and hints of cashmere and vanilla and musk, and it's just so feminine and so luxurious. Hence the name Cocoa Butter Luxury. It is just delightful, and I highly encourage, if you were looking for an elevated fragrance and you like the smell of cocoa butter, because it is definitely cocoa butter. So back to what I was saying. The square site it's clunky and it's hard to navigate at first, but once you kind of figure it out, it's pretty seamless. And it's free, you know, so like there's only so much you can expect from something that's free. That's kind of how I look at it. It needs to function, which it does. I needed it to offer Apple Pay and Google Pay, which it does. I needed to not necessarily have PayPal, which it does not. You have to pay for that to have PayPal. But given that PayPal has just been totally screwing around with people's money, and I was watching something a couple of weeks ago where a girl was talking about how PayPal kept $10,000 of her money. Just kept it, you know. And I genuinely don't have the ability to do that. So if somebody were to order something like that, I would have to order more, you know, something that large. I would have to order more supplies. And at some point, I'd like to do wholesale. So if you love this and you have a little boutique and you would like my soaps in your boutique, please reach out, because I'm totally open and would absolutely love to have my stuff in a boutique. Would love it. Farmhouse is what we're going to do next. So thankfully, Farmhouse is not going to change colors much. Farmhouse is, I debated calling it something else like apple cobbler or peach cobbler. It's got notes of like cinnamon and apples and is I want to print out some little care cards. I need to design them still and then print them out on cardstock and then cut them. But I want to design and print some care cards that talk about the different color changes in the soaps and how that's natural. And then I also wanted to showcase, give them, this is all for a retreat, and I want to give them for the goodie bags. And I want to give them a 10 to 20% off coupon code to use on their first orders. So that's something that I still need to do, but I don't have to do it right this second. Alright guys, well thanks so much for coming. Sorry it wasn't more music, but I ended up being a chatty Cathy. And that could be used. Alright, it's almost time. Nope, it is not almost time, so maybe I will go do those now. That care card and coupon code. Alright guys, have a good day. I'll see you later. Bye.